Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of Steven's Week, your weekly update on marketing and technology. This week, I'm going to talk about the impact of Apple's new iOS. I'm going to talk about the very cool NFT project of Gary Vaynerchuk and a new feature that Facebook launches later this month. Enjoy this new episode, everyone. We've seen some first results of the impact of Apple's new iOS 14.5, where, as you know, what they're going to do is they're going to change the default settings of tracking your data and your behavior between websites and apps. Now the default was on that your data was being tracked, and they used that data to personalize services and to send personalized advertisement. Now in this new Apple iOS, the default is set that you can choose. You can actually in a very easy way, tell the whole device that you do not want your data to be tracked between websites and apps that you use, which will undermine the existing advertising model of companies like Facebook, for instance. Well, this iOS has now been on the market, and the results are really impressive. Globally, 11% is allowing those companies to track your data, only 11%. So 89% is saying, no, we don't want you to track our data anymore. In the US, the facts are even higher. In the US, there's 96% that is saying, no, I don't want my data to be tracked. So this is huge in terms of impact. There are some differences between industries. So what we're seeing is that many people are open to share their data with retail companies. They're open to share their data with food companies and with financial services. On the other hand, social networking, not a big surprise, but social networking is all the way at the bottom, followed by lifestyle brands and entertainment brands. And this is related to what I've been talking about in my previous episode, where I talked about that we're moving into a phase of data ownership. Well, this is a first phase where you can decide if your data is being tracked or not. So if you give people a choice in an easy way, well, they're choosing not to be tracked, and they're choosing for their privacy. So this is a complete flip of the model, and I think it's only a first step of what we're going to be seeing in the next couple of years. And again, the only way how companies should and can react to that is to go all in on the value that they deliver for their customers, because if a customer feels that you're getting value thanks to sharing your data, we will be happy to do so. But for the last couple of years, very often us customers, we felt that if we open up our data, and we didn't always have a choice, but if we gave our data, that the value for the company was higher than for us. And that felt unfair. And because of that, it's 89% of the world's population that does not want to be tracked. So this is a major step forward in data ownership. Facebook is adding a new feature to stop the spreading of fake news or disinformation, and it's actually a feature that they saw from Twitter, where you will only be allowed to share content after you read an article, or at least after you opened up the URL of that article. They've been doing that at Twitter for a while, and they have positive results with that. Twitter saw that as soon as they installed this new rule, that 40% more articles were actually read before they were shared, and after people read them, the sharing decreased. So people see the clickbait, and in the past they thought, oh, this is terrible, or this is awesome. They share it without really understanding what the nuance in the article was, so they just shared it based on headline. If you cannot do that anymore, you discover the nuances and you think, maybe it's not worth sharing anymore, which is a good thing. Because of that, you only share things of which you truly believe are relevant for others. And finally, Facebook is adding that into their portfolio of features. In some of the previous videos, I talked about NFTs and the impact they have on brand and customer engagement. Until now, most of the NFT projects that we've seen were like artists selling a piece of art or some really ridiculous items that were sold online. But now I think there's a very interesting case study to look into. And it's from our good friend Gary Vaynerchuk, that started with an NFT project called VFriends. where Gary made some characters, graphics, and he's selling them online, but it's not the piece of art that you're actually buying. You're buying access to certain services and to certain unique opportunities. And this is a very interesting form of NFTs, because it's not about just buying the asset. It's about the smart contract that is included in the asset. So you buy a certain card with a cartoon or a character that he created, but inside that NFT, there's a smart contract that opens up certain opportunities, like going to a conference or having a one-on-one meeting with Gary, or inviting Gary to your podcast. And this is the value that is programmed into the NFT. And you can claim your access at a moment that it's relevant for you, or you can keep it and later on maybe you can sell it to someone else if the value of the entire community just went up. So why do I like this example? Why I think it's a cool project to follow? Because it's not about just selling digital assets. It's about engaging a full community. It's about involving your fans and bringing value to them and giving them unique opportunities, giving them access to unique benefits that you could not get without being part of that NFT community. And this is how I see the value for branded coins and with NFTs. It's about figuring out how you can increase the engagement with your customers in a unique kind of way. And if you succeed in that, you create your own kind of economy. You create your own branded economy where the involvement, the fanship, is at a completely different level than before you had a branded community. And VFriends is a fantastic example and a cool initiative by Gary Vaynerchuk. So guys, this was my weekly update. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends and your colleagues. And I hope to see you again for a new episode of Steven's Week in just 7 days from now. Take care. Bye-bye.